Cultural traditions have placed a woman's and a girl's work table around the domestic household. Education opportunities for girls remain limited as many parents see no value in investing in their education. As a result, cases of child brides in Sierra Leone become prevalent. Statistics by UNICEF show that approximately 40% of girls in the country are married before their 18th birthday. In a small village of Dankawale located in Koinadugu district in the northern province of Sierra Leone, we find Kumba and Manimo. The two almost fell prey to early marriage.
I've been there in 13 years to 14. Man come up for me say he want married me. But definitely I don't know the importance of education. I've been decided to say I married to the man. Mama then agree now. We don't begin for set up the marriage now.
I've been there class 6. I sit MPS, I pass for Form 1. Man come up for me, say I'm married.
Miles away in Lengekoro village, 15-year-old Musu Dabo also went through the same ordeal.
I feel bad for them going to give me married. I feel bad.
Elimination of child marriage is a priority under SDG 5 on gender equality, hence the need for effective country-specific interventions to accelerate the end of this practice. One of them being Miss Small Wife No More project by Coast Canada Sierra Leone Partnership. The pilot project was supported by the Fund for Innovation and Transformation, running from November 2020 to January 2022.
This project is about looking into the underlying causes of teenage pregnancy, which is very rampant in the country, and not only being rampant, but also people and authorities are just shy from talking about it. Though some of the repercussions or the challenges are well known, but it's just a taboo, something to talk about it. And COS decided to talk about something that people keep very, very silent over the years, knowing very well that if we go into that type of project, it will bring a lot of knowledge to our people, awareness.
This innovation tested an approach that involved educating men seeking child brides about the negative consequences of child marriage for them, their families, and communities.
On this, a lot of approaches have been made by other NGOs before, but they did not work. One of them was to support the parents directly so that at least they would keep their children from early marriages. That didn't work. Some came up with ideas of engaging the girls themselves, supporting them, so that at least they will not be induced into going to early marriages. That also failed. So our own approach was to engage the community, the entire community, bringing in the very influential people in those communities to be the advocates against the child marriage. That is where it is. Because these are the very people who sit and negotiate these child marriages.
Before the implementation of the project, we did a baseline survey. Through the baseline survey, we find out that the community stakeholders and the men in those communities are the ones marrying those girls. So what we did during the implementation, we formed a structure called the intermediaries and also the men's group. These people, we are the main actor in this project. The men go out there, advocate for us to their fellow men, talk to them about the implication of child marriage, while the intermediaries, they aborted the marriages, they put stop to it, and they try to talk to the girls in the various community about the implication of child marriages.
Besides being trained as advocates against child marriage, they were also empowered to organize home visits and community events to spread awareness on the negative outcomes of this practice.
The intervention of the FIT project into the community by training the intermediaries, and the intermediaries also take the bold step to work for their people. Taking your girl child to early marriage will make them not to, you automatically kill their future, right? And there will be less development in the community, right? And we all know that when you educated one girl child, you have educated a nation.
So I can go to them house to house, I sensitize parents there, I tell them the benefits of education, the benefits of where land the girl picking, how they become. So at times you the picky, if you go school, you not go school that day, I go to a parent house to house, I ask what make you not go to school today? Then they tell me what's not them problems, so I can give me little advice.
In addition to that, families are also cautioned on the economic impacts of child marriages. They will marry off their daughters to receive dowry payments that they perceive will help reduce economic burdens, not knowing that it will bring more losses than good along the way.
There are actually costs, high costs related when a child goes into early marriage. Now, they are not physically matured for that, and it brings in a lot of complications. And more so when they become pregnant, most of them. If you go through the literature of this country, you will see that we have high maternal and morbidity rates in this country. And most of it can be related to early marriages, you see. And for the families themselves, when you lose a loved one, it's something almost unbearable, but you just have to accept it. So these are things they see, it disturbs them. And even these girls, when they are young, they are very attractive to these guys. They go to this marriage, after 1 year, 2 years, they see another one. They bring that one. Now their concentration lies on the new one and leaving this. And at times there are so much palavers, that the girl cannot bear it. She has to return home. And usually when they return home, initially she came as one person. When they return, maybe she returns with 2 or 3 kids. So more bellies to feed.
By the end of the project's testing period, Coast Canada recorded a significant impact. 172 child marriages were cancelled in the Koinadugu and Falaba districts in the northern province of Sierra Leone between January and September 2021. Overall, the innovation reduced child marriage by 95% in target regions, far surpassing their target of 50%.
Another mele Caribbean fiti matibana wo fola. Afale kaka mo filasa we wasoka konde mbonku mantike. Kwana nadimuze wabo akumale timilia ati femfe kumale ben wasa alkumero. Ufon sayire fola afo Caribbean fitela. Male makar ma wata kandiere fuisi maduke ko maka. Kon kaka ma ande na bola nyamata ma Mr. Tembi moche mesawala kumala misa diedu mo kon.
Before we went to the one, baby, kill man. Bar Karan, killing Cremola. Alhamdulillah. Baralo Karan, Tonella, Belberke. Baranwaki, the Toria Bess, Magbasine. Finsambul, no Kona Wakara, would ding Berke. Bambara, the Tonum de Karanda.
On the other hand, there has also been an increase in the enrollment of female students in schools.
Number of girls at the enrollment in school presently has increased. I can tell you, from JSS 1 to SS3, JSS3, we have more number of girls in the JSS than the boys. Like for example, roughly, in my enrollment now, I have 216 girls in school, whilst the boys are only 110.
We also have a committee that look against those type of violation, wherein we have the school safety committee, where we have the mentors, the guidance counselors, and the principal, the vice principal involved in this committee. to look against some of these acts. And with that, before this time, because there was no sensitization about early marriage, parents were taking their children and give them to boys or man for early marriage. But with the intervention, because the school is very proud of taking drastic action against people that are really giving their children for early marriage. And for now, it has cut down.
There is now a promising future for the girls in Koinadugu district.
I promise. For say tomorrow we get for Kanaya, you know, get for Miss Kumba again, a Ministry of Education. I promise to be the first.
All right. No, right now, thank God, because I go to school. So I do things come on now, me and my parents are in our house now. So anybody else and I want me for married or early married or teenage pregnancy, and they don't give full stop to that right now.
A very successful project, not only from the FIT side, from our side here, and even from the communities. Our plans are really to expand this project, not only in Koinadugu and Falaba district, but also like in Bombali, this are Tonkolile, and even Moyamba, where we have our biggest programs going on.
And as for Coast Canada-Sierra Leone partnership, the battle is still on, as they hope to march forward to more districts across the country